thought we'd just start a little bit early since Jay wrapped up early. We're just a couple of minutes, but I thought it would be fun to just get going. And I see we've got a good crowd. Oh, thanks for the you like the intro, Jay. Yeah, I've been using it a little bit. I last time I went live, I forgot to change that. And no, it's not me planned, but I need to do something like that so that I could play. I was thinking about that today for my intro. But yeah, I like it's just an acoustic. It's some free music. I always use it because it's free and I don't bump into any royalty type problems. Hey, Lala, welcome. Hey, Linda. Hey, Carmen. Hey, Blossom. Yeah, so I've got a whole stack of stuff here that I'm going to show you. I'm not sure what we're going to work with tonight. I have some pieces in this stuff that I haven't worked with yet that I need to work with, and maybe I've shown you. But we're just going to kind of go through it and look at what we've got. Um, anyway, so speaking of talent, I did play at church today, but we went last night we went out to dinner with friends and we went to see the Little River Band. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but it was really good. So we really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And let me show you real quick. I actually got one of their, I actually collect these picks. And this one says Little River Band, and it's a Dunlop USA. And on the back, it says they call me Bruce. And I got that. I've got a couple of Prince ones. I've probably told you that before, too. I have a couple of Prince picks. I'm a big Prince fan from way back then. You saw them last year, Jim? Yeah, it was really great. Did they do the a cappella songs when you saw them and highlight other people's music? Because they did last night and it was fantastic. They even did a Jelly Roll song and it was really, really good. Anywho, but so that's what we did last night. So I've got some products here. I need to keep this. I've got a multitude of things. I've got these torn paper edges here, and this is so fun. I'm going to bring in and show you. I made this card and the other day, and if you guys are watching my pre-recorded videos, you maybe have seen this. I don't know. Anyway, but this does like a notebook page edge on there, and this is called the Torn Pages. And I also used it to do the torn pages on these layers that I have here. Let me get myself, let's see, let's make some changes here. Let's do this. There we go. And so you can use them to create like layers, and that's kind of fun. And then on this, I also have the real color, and I'm going to bring in, I thought I had one here to show you. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This, and what I did was I just made one reel, and I cut it into threes, and I used the Memo Splatter, and I actually used my oxides, and that's something I wanted to talk about tonight. Oh wow, Jim, you had two other groups. It was a 3.5 hour concert. Oh, fun. Oh, Anne said she was lurking. She saw the end of your live. Good. Well, great. Wow, that's fantastic. He actually said that they're coming back. We do concerts in the park, and he said they're actually coming back. And what was really cool was they said they rode their bikes all over our town. I don't know, they came a couple days early and they rode their bikes. And I saw some guys riding their bikes and I didn't know who they were. So I said to my girlfriend, I said, I think I saw them riding around town. Anyway, so I took the reel and I cut it into 3 pieces and just kind of matched it up with the colors that I had used. But what I wanted to say was, I've never used my Distress Oxides. Hey, Denise, welcome. On my press plates, because I do have the press plate ink from Spellbinders, but the oxides work beautifully on it. So I'd encourage you, if you don't want to buy the Spellbinders ink, you can definitely use your oxides and probably other inks as well. I predominantly use oxides, and then I have, just a few other things, but I don't have a lot of different inks. But anyway, really cool. Made that with it. And then the other thing that I have laying on here is called the Push Pin Notes. And I have not made anything with it. I have the piece, and it's real interesting because it has this, it's like your page is curled up and you could layer it up. And I haven't used it yet. And I had not used the push pin. So we've got the push pin here that we can work with. And I think that'll be fun. So I've got a few things kind of ready. The other thing, let me see, I'll show you what all I've got. So I'm gonna lay that aside. So I've showed you everything on this that's really super fun. And I've linked everything in the description box below. So if you want to check it out, you can. If you want to see me work with something in particular here, let me know and I'll try to do that tonight as well. But anyway, I'm just going to show you a lot of product. So I have this, I also have this journal grid, which is fun. And it's got a registration. This is Better Press, and it sounds like there's a motorcycle outside. This is Better Press, and it has a registration grid, so you can lay the press plate on there and then lay your paper on there and get a nice straight edge around it. So I wasn't too worried about that when I did that. Did I work with this one? I thought I did. I don't know that I did. I've got a stack of cards here and I'm not seeing it, but we can work with this tonight. And I kind of cheated a little bit and because I wanted to try and foil it, and it foils beautifully. So I know it presses well. I know I have a card that I did it with, but I don't know where it is. But anyway, so this is really cool. These are some really fun press plates that I've got here. So this would be like your grid lines. So like if you like to use that grid paper or, that's what this would be like. I'm trying to get, and you wouldn't necessarily have the shine on there. I used the glimmer, and I used this teal glimmer and did that because I thought that'd be fun, just to show you that. So that's a really cool one, and it is called Journal Grid. This is in the Take Note collection. There's a lot of fun stuff with that. And so was the curled up page. And we've got this splatter. This is a Better Press plate as well. And these are all new releases that were released the 10th. And it's really fun. I used it on this particular card, and I did something different with it. I put it on my press plate, and instead of using like Better Press ink or whatever, I used the just the Versamark ink, and then I brought in some gold embossing powder and I embossed it. And so I had the embossed splatters. And it was actually a whole panel, and I die cut the oval out of it and then put this between it. So I've got splatters on this and this. I don't know if you guys watched my pre-recorded videos, but that turned out super fun. But this is a really fun one to work with as well. So I'm just kind of showing you little bits and pieces of what I got here. Of course, we worked with the Crafty Babe, I think, on a live early on when I created these cards before it was actually released. So I did want to remember, Linda, you remember the video? Yeah, I did want to remind you that this product here that is super fun is now available at Spellbinder. So I've got them linked up in the description box below, so you can check that out. But I thought, we might, I don't know if we'd work with that or not. Now this set here is new. It's scalloped and stitched edge ovals. And two of these, I used the white scallop there, and then I used one of the insides. And there are some stitch detail as well. So I used that. I'm just showing you guys a bunch of stuff. Now this is really fun. This is the Take Note, and I'll show you. I actually have, where's my, oh, I'll show you this card. You can create like your school paper, with the blue lines and the red. I created that for this. And it has, I've got another one. Oh, I showed you that one. Anyway, you've got this plate, and you have your registration. It shows you how you can line it up, line your plate up, and stamp your blue or black or whatever you want to do. And then you can bring in this after you've pressed that and line it up. You tape this down, your registration down, and then you line it up. And then that puts your red line exactly where it needs to be on your paper. And it also has just a note to do some different dear friend. I did the dear friend on this one. And you can line it up. It also has the registration on there for the sentiments. Somebody corrected me about how I say sentiments, so I'm trying to get that extra T in there. But anywho, you can line your sentiments up on here so that you can get them straight on that line as well. So that's really handy and very cool. So that's the Take Note Better Press. And then it has real color sentiments, which I have some of those die cut out from the last time I used it. So we'll use some of those tonight. Heat embossing is fun, right? Yeah. You tried embossing today for the first time. Awesome. Awesome, Denise. It's fun. And I've been kind of getting a little goofy, and I actually did that with this particular thing. And then I thought, well, that was fun. So I took the flowers, and this is the layered wildflowers, which is, and I took the flowers and I did the same thing. I just took this and I just kind of ran it around the edges of my flowers and my bow. And then I just sprinkled the embossing powder on there and did that. So that turned out really fun. That was kind of fun to try something different that I hadn't done. I've just been messing around, just playing. Hey, Linda Toman, welcome. So just fun, fun, fun stuff. So these are the things that I've got I'm working with. I also have, and I don't know if Dawn's here or not, but she loves gladiolas. And I did the gladiolas. Where is that card? Did I bring that in already? Oh, yeah. This is the gladiolas. So this is the gladiolas that's in this set here. And then the wildflowers are in this set here. So that's what we've got. So what I've got going on tonight is just a lot of stuff that I'm not sure what I'm doing. So I'd like to work with this curled up paper. Thanks, Jim, for the thumbs up reminder. I appreciate that. I always forget to say that, but I'd like to work with this paper somehow, bring in some more of these sentiments. I think it'd be fun to use this thumbtack because I haven't used it yet. I've got it in Till, and I actually have this grid line, so we might do something with that. I also, while I was watching Jay, once I got back in, the kids showed up. They were here all day, went home for a little bit, and then they went for a golf cart ride, and the grandkids wanted to stop here. So I had to run out real quick and leave Jay's life for a minute and go out in the drive with him, get him some Twinkies and stuff like that. But anyway, so I was doing this while I was watching Jay. I actually took the, oh, which one is it? The splatter one. And I just used this is some cheap black paper that I had. And I used my rainbow foil and I created this, and I thought that was kind of fun. So, the better press plates you can press and you can foil. So I thought I would try that out. And so that's what I did with these two things. So I was thinking this purple and this would go together. I brought in, where is that? Oh yeah. I brought in the abstract study for this. I was thinking, I think I'm starting to formulate a plan on what I'm going to work on. I think I'm going to work with this, and I'm going to work with this. But I was thinking for this, you could take a better press and I could press in like Dear Friend or something like that. But I thought I did that, and I did to do. I've got the to do. I can show you because I think, yeah. This is my little to-do list for things that I'm doing. I pressed it too hard and the red part came off, so I just used it. And this is where I stamped the to-do. And this is my list of things that I have to do. I realized that I did an unboxing for Love for Lizzie, and I deleted it. So I had to redo it and redo a card and all that. And then I have a whole list of things I want to work on. But anyway, so I thought what I would do with this, since I've already used those, is I was thinking about bringing in this scribbled letter embossing folder. And I thought it'd be fun to get some words on this and then to run some ink over it, and we could get some color on that. I thought that would be fun. So I think we're going to start with that. And now this is the curled up, which would be the back side of it. So I don't want to run it through, and it won't matter that I run the whole thing through because we're going to layer that up. But I think we'll start with that. I don't know if Carmen, I don't know if I said hello to you. If I did, I apologize. I have no short-term memory. So anyway, Cindy's here. Welcome, Cindy. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get this ran through this embossing folder that has the scribbled letters on there. And we'll try to get some detail on this. I think we'll use this along with it, and maybe bring in some till cardstock, and we can kind of start building something with this. So that's what we're going to do. And this is just a regular embossing folder. So I've kind of got like a makeshift little desk set up over here where I've got my machines just to keep them out of the way for now. So we only need one plate for this. And my plates are in rough shape. I know I've mentioned that before, but I beat the heck out of these things. Okay, so let's get this. And then I'm trying to think. Ooh, that looks cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. The lighting's kind of sharp there. But I thought that'd look cool. And if we add some ink to it, I think that would be really fun. And I don't know, I'm leaning toward brown. And I didn't grab any ink, so just give me a minute here. Oh, and I've rearranged my craft room. I think these are my stack of browns and stuff. And I'm thinking of brown. So I could use black soot. I could also use a gray. Let's see. I'm gonna do a gray. I've got the teal that I think I'm gonna work with this. This paper that I'm using, I am out of the cotton from Spellbinders. And so I've been just using my watercolor, my Canson watercolor, and it presses and really well with the press plate and the embossing folders. So let's see. What's everybody talking about? We've got an awesome idea there. So let me see. Oh, you like that idea of me doing that? Okay. Linda, go Linda T. Something that worked for me is to put it near my desk and near a plug so I can just grab it out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, that is a great idea to work with. I kind of forced myself to work with my stuff by when Spellbinders asked me what clubs I wanted them to send me. I said, send me the Glimmer and send me the Better Press. And that way I'd be working with it every month. So I kind of forced myself into it that way. So, okay. So I need to get my cutting. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and ink this up. But I'm trying to, I think I want to do gray because I'm going to do this teal. And I think the gray would look good with the teal. Just don't know, do I want to do Lost Shadow or I think I want to do Pumice Stone. I think I'll go with it. It's a little bit darker. And I'm going to try to be really careful. Hey, Jana, Banana, welcome. You have to rush to bring Sammy to the university. Hopefully you can get back fast and still make it back to live chat. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Have a great evening or morning, I guess I should say, and a safe drive. So this is not going to be perfect, but I'm going to try to be really, really gentle and just get a light inking on here. Did you guys see that Simon Hurley has new inks? They're called Stellar. I've been thinking that I wanted to add some inks to my collection because I just have distress oxides and I have a few little, and this is not perfect, but I have a few little mini cubes and I've been wanting to get some. And I saw that this morning. I watched his video and I thought, oh my gosh, I think I might buy his new inks, is what I'm thinking. So this is going to be real kind of distressed looking, but it'll be all right. So we've got that. So that kind of adds something to it. And then maybe we need a little bit, because it's so distressed, we might need a little bit along the edges on this just to kind of give it a little bit of a rustic look. There we go. I'm not going to do much. All right. So anyway, those inks looked wonderful. And I think he had, was it 12? It's the same blend as what he has before. It's just a different foam pad that he thinks works better. Anyway, so I'm thinking about maybe getting those. I don't know. Might have to ask for that for my birthday. It is kind of an expense because I'd like to get all 12 of them or however many it is that he came out with and then get the re-inkers. So it'll be kind of expensive, but I think you probably need to get the re-inkers. So anyhow, let's see. Yeah, you saw the foam pads and the blending brush. Linda, did you see the blending brush? Very cool. Loved it. It's basically like the Ranger foam only on. It's like a blending brush on the handle. Not this big, but on the handle of the foam daubers. Similar but different. His brother had designed. He did a bunch of designing for a handle that they liked. And he said they took it out to restaurants and stuff and had people put it in their hand and, to be unbiased about, they gave them several different models and they came up with a handle that was the most comfortable. So that was interesting. I watched the whole video. I got up at 5:30 this morning and stumbled across it, and I thought, oh, I'm going to watch this. Have I got that lined up right? I think I do. So it's kind of like your page is rolled up, and I don't know if I need a little bit more color since I've got it kind of inked up. Yeah, very smart. And what was funny was, and I noticed in the chat, I don't know if you ever read comments of other people, you know, when you're just watching a video or whatever, I noticed somebody in the comments had said he was talking about, he was using, I think, a lipstick thing or something for the blending brushes. And somebody said, dude, have your brother create the perfect holder for your blending brushes as well. And I thought, oh, how smart was that? Anyway, so I think I'm making a mess here. All right, I'm going to get my cutting, my cutting guillotine here and cut this out. And I have no idea where I'm headed, folks. So we'll just see what happens. I'm going to cut this off and get a good straight line. And then we'll cut it down. I know I don't want it that big. I'm not sure how big I want it. So we'll just work our way into it. Let's see. We go 3.5 by 4 3/4 maybe. We'll start with that. I don't know what I'm doing. Anywho, so I would like to get those inks. I don't know if I'm liking this or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's going together. I might have to go in a different direction. So I have this till, and I was thinking that this would look really cool on this. But I don't know that I'm liking this with it. So we'll just work our way through it. So what I'm going to do with this, just to kind of give you guys a feel, is let's tear it. Let's tear it like it's a torn piece of paper instead of a straight line. I know I just cut all that down, but let's just go ahead and do that. And my plates are all over the place. Goodness gracious, I'm missing a plate. Here it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just, let me get this in frame here. And boy, I'm making a mess fast. Anyway, so I'm just going to turn this, and we're just going to make it like we tore the page. And am I doing this right? I think I went like that. I don't know how I did it last time, but I'm going to do it this time, this way this time. And we'll see. I'm sure there's a right way and a wrong way, but I always fly by the seat of my pants, so we'll learn. Very ergonomic. Yes, it was very ergonomic. And he said he didn't like, and I know he was talking about when you have a blending brush. Let me grab one real quick. How it's made, and it just bends when you're doing it. And so he always wanted to put his finger down there. And so that's why he wanted to go with the other kind, which I have those. And if I could find one, you know, like this. Now, his is a much fancier handle, but basically it would have, you know, like a blending brush on a stump like that is what it is. So if you didn't see it, you guys are going to want to check it out. But I guess I'm selling for him, and I don't even have any of his product. So here we've got a torn edge. Let's lay it on here. So it's like we've ripped our paper. Now this doesn't normally come, this kind of paper I think doesn't normally come in a spiral bound. So I wouldn't see you know, spiral binding this side of it, because this is normally, this grid paper normally is kind of a tear off full piece, I think. But anyhow, so that's how that works, and I think that's a really fun addition to you know, their line. It's super fun. And then so I've got that push pin, so we could get this laid down on here. I don't know. Let's just go for it. I don't know what's going to happen. It might look like crud, but so our push pin has, there's another piece. There it is. Okay. So it basically has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. And you could make like this piece darker, I think, because it's going to kind of be shaded from the top piece. So you could kind of make it a little bit darker, but I went ahead and die cut it out all in the same thing, just to, for simplicity. And as I was kind of messing around, getting ready. But so you got this piece that, and I don't know if glue is ready to be used or not. See if we can get it ready. I did get some new Barely Art glue in a good Barely Art bottle that just came in, and I'm going to start using it. I sent Daria my glue press. I finally said, I'm done. And she was having wrist problems, and I said, girl, I'll send it to you. So I finally got it in the mail. Hopefully she'll get it this week. And then she will have a glue press to use. I got so frustrated with it that it just wasn't working for me. So I said, have at it. And since her wrist was bothering her and she's wearing that brace on her wrist, I thought she needs it more than I do. So if I'm not in love with something, I have no problem departing with. Oh, so that's really cute. Let me, of course, we got to get our thumbtack part on there, but you can really see it looks like a thumbtack. Excuse me. You threw out your old Simon inks because the pads frustrated you like 3 years ago. Yeah, it was interesting watching him because he said, his 16-year-old self, he was, amazed and, fun doing it and everything. But, how you would like to change some things that you've done in the past. And that was kind of like one of the things that he wished he'd done was change the pad. So I thought that was interesting to be 16 years old creating a product that a lot of people, bought and, picked up on and stuff. And then you're kind of criticizing yourself for not having the right ink pad. But as a 16-year-old, I think it's pretty awesome that he was able to do all of that so young, but very amazing. Amazing young man. Okay, so I've got my push pin in there. It's really cute. So, and we could add that on there. We just need some more stuff, I think. So for one thing, I think I need a card base. So we'll get that. Let's see. Technically, you got them off. Oh, they were dupes. Oh, okay. But I don't know if they had his branding on there. Maybe they were actually selling it. I don't know. But we shall see. I think we could go ahead and add. Where is that? I have that other ball. I've got my glimmer running too. So if we want to glimmer something, we can do that. And it's getting warm in here. All right, we're just going to leave it. I was thinking about it going ahead and embossing this panel as well, but we'll just leave it alone and just get it laid down on here. So you love the torn paper dies? Yeah, they're fun, I think. It's easier than having to tear it yourself. And there are two different torn edges, and then I don't know if I showed them both. Yeah, there's two different torn edges, and then the spiral bound tear piece. And that's super fun. I like it. Anyway, there's just lots to work with this stuff. I couldn't decide what to work with. I was torn. I was like, and then I thought, well, I just have this stuff on my desk, so I should go ahead and work with it tonight. I had the Cottage Rose, and I've been watching. Have you guys been watching? What is the Glimmer? Okay. Have you guys been watching the Cottage Rose retreat today and yesterday? I was watching it, and I haven't made anything yet, but they have some really, really cute projects, so I would encourage you to check it out. Okay, I'm going to show you what a Glimmer is. So we're going to take a commercial break here for the Glimmer machine. And I've got this thing. It's on, but I don't have my platen in there. So let me get my platen in there. And I'm going to show Denise what a Glimmer is. So I'm going to hook this in. So this machine runs with your Spellbinder's Platinum 6 die cutting machine, which I'll show you in a minute. Let me lay this aside. I did bring in, I got a panel here. I love this blue. What do we want to do? Okay. Should we do, I have this in the black that I showed you that I thought we might work with the purple panel, and I think it's probably on the floor now, but hang on. So I have this. So let's go ahead and, where's that splatter at? Here, let's go ahead and do the splatter on this. That way we can just demo this and show you what it is. So this is a Better Press plate, and it's made for the Better Press, which is this, okay? This is another thing that runs with your Spellbinders Platinum 6. And what this is you ink this up and you run it through your die cutting machine, and it presses this into your cardstock and adds color. You put ink on here and you press it, and it does that with your card. It's much like, oh yeah, there's that grid, like this, where it pressed the lines in and it pressed that in. That's what this does. But these plates, the better press plates, you can also use on your Glimmer machine. Now you can't use your Glimmer plates on your better press, but you can use your better press on your Glimmer. Now I think Lala did use hers, and they say that you're at risk for breaking your machine or whatever, but I think Lala did actually try and press plate her. Do you guys remember that? Glimmers, and I think she had success, but I'm not recommending it because they don't recommend it. And I haven't tried it because I like my machines too much and I didn't want to risk ruining them. So basically, I'm taking that better press plate that's, for that, and putting it on the Glimmer. The Glimmer is hot. So it is on and it is hot. And what you do is you just bring in, let me see what I've got this. Let me get, this is indigo cardstock. So I'm going to go over here and grab another one of my foil colors that I have, because I've used this till this. Let me grab something else. Let's use this satin pewter and just see what it looks like. So we'll get some of this out. And some people create like a sandwich or like a gate. They'll glue this or tape this to the top of their paper and do that. I'm just a lackadaisical crafter. So what I'll do is I'll lay this down on there, and then I'll just take this and kind of guesstimate where it goes. But you put pretty side to pretty side. So the pretty side of the foil you put to the pretty side of the plate, and then you lay your paper on top of it. And then you have a shim and a cutting plate for your Glimmer. And you can see mine's well loved. It has all kinds of, do I need to zoom in, or what are we talking about? Let's see. Anyway, so it's not saying that my platform is ready yet, so I don't know. I might need to, it feels warm, but because I had it setting over there, it might have timed out. So we'll just turn it back on. But what you do is you heat this up, and then you're going to press it. And then you get something like this. So you love your Glimmer. Let's see. Craft by Jay, Cottage Rose Retreat can be viewed on the Not Too Shabby YouTube channel. Yes, that is, I did something. Where did I put that up? I had it. I am all over the place today. I'm not sure where I put it because I had it out. Anyway, they had a little kit that you could order, and you could still order. And it had all the materials, and it was a 2-day weekend retreat that's free for everyone to watch, and everyone could watch and craft along with it. But if you wanted the product, you needed to, order the product, and then you could work along and actually make the things and they had some very cool makes. So I encourage you to check it out, even if you don't have the product, because there were some really cool makes. And I didn't catch all of them because I've been busy this weekend, but yeah, and the Cottage Rose Retreat sing along is fun. It is very fun. Yeah. So anyway, the first one I caught was Jamie, and she made this cute little box and with a little handle and some little cards to go inside of it. Super cute. Lynn made a really cool micro album today that was really cool. So this platform is ready, and it is blinking. So when it stops blinking, then you know it's ready. And I think this is all that we will press tonight, and I'll turn it off because we've got a lot going on here. But I was trying to think if I'd use this grid, and this was the one that I'd use the grid on. I don't know if you could see it. I just did it in a real light gray, and I thought that was fun. So there's lots of ways you can use it. You can, I did this bold teal, and then I did the light gray. So I think we're we're gonna have some elements here. So let's go ahead and this is ready. So now what you do is you pull it apart. I'm gonna get this machine out of the way, turn it off. That way it's not heating up. And then it will run through your Platinum 6 as well, just like the Better Press does. And then you give it a good press, and hopefully you get a good result. And so you just pull this off, lay that aside, and then we'll have the big reveal. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. And there you've got a splatter. Look at that. Is that cool? So this is the Indigo cardstock from Spellbinders, and this is the satin pewter. It almost has like a little bit of a pink hue to it. Really fun. So that is how you can use your Better Press on your Glimmer machine, and that is fun. And then this one, I pressed it, and somebody is texting me. Oh, and I just used gold embossing powder to kind of get almost a similar result. The press, though, you can see is a lot more detailed than the Glimmer is. The Glimmer just puts the shine on it. So, well, you're welcome. Yeah, it's lots of fun, lots of fun. My oldest daughter, she bought me both my Better Press and for whatever birthday, holiday, whatever she has to have what I want. She usually buys me my machines. So, okay, so we've got that. Let's scoot back to this and see what we can do with this, and then we'll work on those other ones. So we've got our little push pin, which I think will be fun. And then we've got this. So I got it laid down on a card base. Yeah, see, I'm losing track of what I'm doing. Okay, I need to get these inks out of the way. Let me clean some stuff up. Yeah, Linda was saying that she spent all this time crafting or cleaning her craft room, and then our first project, she blew it up. That's how it goes. That is how it goes for me. It doesn't take long at all. And I see these people that they put everything up real nice and neat as they go, but that's not me. I'm a slob kebab, I guess, but then I do take the time to clean because I do like to be very organized. But anyhow, messy crafter, but I'm a speedy one. So, okay. So I'm going to get this laid down on there. And I've been doing this angled thing. I just keep doing it. I don't know. And it would have been fun if we had, embossed this, but we have this, and we've got a lot of texture going because we've got the scribbled notes on here. We've got the Glimmer and that. And then we're going to have our push pin. But I feel like I want to add, like, I don't know, something to it, like maybe some flowers or something. I might use some of those flowers that we have. We've got some sentiments here that I had, that's part of the set that I have got here. So I want to use this rainbow one on this particular one here. Your kindness is my rainbow, so I'll lay that aside. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and we'll get this set down on there. And then I think I'm going to have to die cut some flowers out because I feel like I need something else on there. And we've got those to use, so we might as well use them. Let's see. You kind of work yourself into a paper jam. Oh, yeah, I feel you. I do too. And I also, I have avalanches. I'll stack stuff, and you guys have heard them on my my lives when they'll just all fall off. I'll have a big avalanche of stuff, and it'll fall off. So that's what happens when you're going live and piling stuff up. It happens to all of us. So, anywho, Linda Tomaine Creates, she is going live every day in May at, I think it's 1 Eastern Standard Time. Yes, Craft a Launch. Craft a Lunch. That's funny. She's going live every day in May at 1 p.m. on her channel. And so I'd encourage you to check that out. I've been catching her as much as I can. Of course, that's the time when I have the kids, so it's a wild shot as to whether I'll be able to, watch the whole thing or what. But I'm trying to just find some scraps here that I can use for my die cutting. I don't know what I've got in here. It's messy. Maybe that one will work. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking monochromatic. There's another one of those sentiments that was in there. There's my die. All right, let's see what we can do. Another pile, piles upon piles. I think I can get that out of there and then get these, and we'll have our leaves. I think what I'm going to do, just because I've got so much going on here, is I'm going to grab my little baby and bring it in, because I think I can die cut out with this baby on here in this messy space. Tomorrow is day 19. Wow, that's awesome. I think I've told you guys, well, if you guys watched it, I did a weird video the other night. I don't know how many of you saw it, where I just sat and talked about what it takes to make a video every single day. If you haven't caught it, you might. I thought it was interesting. I thought, I don't know, maybe it wasn't. But so I did that video about what it takes to do it every day. And what got me started was the Crafty Advent Calendar. I got that thing and I thought I'm gonna make a video every day as I open it, and I'm gonna make something with it. And I did it, and I had pretty good success from a viewership standpoint, and just, and so, oh, you love that video, Denise? Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, so that, I thought, oh, I gotta keep it up. So there she wrote, from then on, this is how I wound up making cards or videos every day. So, all right, so we've got our leaves, and our stems are probably not going to be that long, but we'll modify as we need to. So we've got stems. I don't even know how many flowers I want to make. Anyway, but we'll just get going here. Where is that one in reference? Okay, they're pretty simple flowers, so I think we'll be all right making them. And boy, I got this a mess. Okay. This plate here is a little warped. I need to get the other one out, because what it's doing is it's kind of warping my. You ever see Gina K do that? It, like when your things get warped, you kind of have to straighten them out. I noticed she does that a lot with hers. Anyway, I'm gonna need these. So what color flowers are we gonna add to this? I think I just want to do I have any more of that white out? Yes, I do. I'm just gonna use more of this, which is kind of it's kind of an off-white, but we'll add some color to it. But let's just get them laid down on here. I did this white last time. Oh, I should do some color with it, but we'll just ink blend it or something. So let's just lay all these down. I can't remember how many of each I did or whatever, but we'll do all white on everything, and then we can just work around it. What is this for? Oh, it's the center of that one flower. I don't have enough here. All right. It's not the same. Okay. I'm going to shift this a little bit, because I know what do I do with my scissors? This is more narrow than what this piece is, and I don't want to risk it. So I'm just going to use two smaller pieces and just do it like that. So I like using this little thing, but you got to cut your paper down so that you don't, because if you get too close to the edges, it's not gonna die cut it right. So you have to kind of stay, not get over the edges on that. So we'll just get this going and see what happens. Hopefully we can get, I was thinking we could get a couple cards made, but how we done? Oh, we're 44 minutes in. I don't know. We'll see. Why have I got that in the wrong spot? I don't know. And I know some people tape them down. Do you guys tape them down when you die cut? I don't. It just is one more step, and so I cut it out. Sometimes I get into pickle. Whoops, just like that. It wasn't laying level, so I need to get it level on here. Okay, it'll all be all right. Do I have all my pieces, parts? We'll find out. So we have had lovely, lovely, lovely weather today. How are you guys all doing in your areas? I actually sat outside for a little bit. I need to move this. See, this is where you get the pickle when you don't tape it down. Okay. But it's beautiful. Only it's something if you colored. I love watching Gina when her and Rena get together. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Linda said it was very interesting. She tried to do a daily with an advent calendar and you failed it. I'll tell you what, Linda, when it got down to close to Christmas, I think I did kind of on maybe one or two did it a day ahead of time because I knew, right there at crunch time, I wasn't going to be making stuff. So I got it done ahead of time and then just scheduled it because, but for the most part, I did them on the day because I wanted the very first time because I wanted to have that surprise. It was like I was giving myself a gift every day, and I wanted to have that surprise. And so, oh, I got some leaves there. Yeah, I probably should have die cut them out and well, we can just make them a different color. Anyway, I wanted to have that surprise. And so I was real careful not to watch anybody that was working with it because I didn't want to be, I didn't want it to, spoil my surprise the first time that I did it. And so I didn't watch anyone. And I also didn't release my videos, like real early because I didn't want to spoil anybody else's surprise either. So anyway, it's fun. It is fun to have it. And Jay, did you have the pink and Maine last year? I'd like to try a different one. I think pink and Maine, reason why I ask is Kendra sent me that mystery card kit the other day and I worked with it and it had some crafty advent stuff in it and it was really cute. And I was thinking I might like to try theirs. I don't know if Jay's still with us, but I think he had a couple different advent calendars. I can't remember which, but I know Pink and Maine has one. So anyway, so that can be kind of fun. So I'm going to grab my Till inks and see if I can add some color to this. Because I've got some greens here that I need to add some color to. And we'll I'm all over the place, you guys. Grab some of these blending brushes and we'll see what happens. So I've got these leaf pieces that I die cut out in white. So I want to kind of get them a little similar to what the other leaves are, only maybe a little bit lighter. That might not be the right one. Well, let's start out with this. This is more blue than, we'll just start out with that. I'm just thinking, yeah, we'll go with that. We'll have some different colors. I don't know if we're going to use them all, but we'll get them ink blended up. And I'm going to have blue all over my fingers. Just making a mess. This is what happens when you don't make any plans for your lives. You just kind of go with it, and whatever happens, happens. So I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Now on the other one, I did the center. I think on these, I'm going to do the edges. And we'll have some white in there. So let's just kind of do the edges. I got to remember how these go together too. So we have I been on Craft Roulette yet? No, I've not, Cindy. I've never been invited. I got to tell you, there's a story about that. I did apply. When I first was familiar with Craft Roulette, I sent a thing and said I'd like to be on there, but I wasn't their cup of tea, I guess. So anyway, but yeah, so that's a true story. I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm too boring or whatever. Too much of a tutorial type person. I don't know. That's okay. I found my little crafty area and I've been having fun with it and have a lot of good friends and have had lots of opportunities. And this was before I had gotten all these opportunities. I'm on a lot of different design teams and have a lot of fun with it. And I'm okay, I'm fine with that. I don't have to be everybody's cup of tea, but I'm very thankful for the people that have extended the opportunity for me to work on their design teams and to work with their products and stuff. And it's been a lot of fun. So Anyway, but I do still participate with Craft Roulette. I submit, and I've won some prizes, and um, so that's been fun. I solved the Who Done It one time, and I got some prizes from that. And I think my name's been pulled um, a time. And they've sent me, when I was doing a lot of I did a lot of process videos and uploaded on their channel before they only allowed members. You have to be a member now to do that for security reasons or whatever. And so they did send me, she sent me like their stamp set and stuff like that as a thank you um, when I was doing all those videos. So I've got that as well. But and it's a very fun community. I like it, but I've just never gotten offered the opportunity to do it. And I think I could do it because I'm a fast crafter, but I don't know. And I'll tell you, one night, and it hadn't been that long ago, I was the very first person to submit a card. As soon as I saw the parameters, I was like, boom, I know what I'm working with. And I went in there and I was like, and I submitted it, and I was the very first one to submit. And I thought, oh, that was fun. When I very first started watching it, I usually was the first one to submit, or not the first one to submit. I would usually submit while the show was on, is what I meant to say. But then I got busy, and so sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't do it, and it just depends on what kind of time I have and stuff. So creative teams. Well, for one thing, I get all the Spellbinders products. So I am an affiliate and I guess an influencer for Spellbinders. So I get, all their product, as much of it as I want, fortunately. And I, I promote it and sell quite a bit of it. So they continue to send it to me. And I understand that. But I have been on the cat scrappiness team for quite a long time as well. I've been on the Kinder's Card Challenge team for quite a long time. And I was on Craft and Kimmy for a while, just a short while, and was working with her. And I recently, told her, I said, I've got so many irons in the fire. And so I just finished up my commitments with her. And then, and I've suggested some people to her, and I've suggested some ideas. I really enjoy her. She's really nice and very fun, but it was just a time issue. And then I'm missing one of those. I don't know where it is. Maybe in the die. But so I've kind of given that up. But did I say Love from Lizzie? I am on the Love from Lizzie team. I've got one other thing brewing that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But anywho, so I have enough to keep me busy. Did I miss any of them? So, but Kinder's Card Challenge is a lot of fun. Yeah, so those are basically what I'm on. So yeah, I am missing one of the leaves, but I don't know that we'll use all these anyway. So I'm going to cheat because I've got this one here that I've got assembled. So I'm just going to bring it in and kind of look at it and see if I can get it assembled. These are leaves. Yeah. And I'm talking 90 miles a minute, so I apologize. So this kind of leafy looking thing, I thought this was leaves at first, but this is one of the flowers. And it just kind of layers on top of each other like that. I think kind of like that is what it does. Do I have any other pieces? So we'll go ahead and layer it up. I don't know if we'll use it or not, but all those teams, your head would be spinning. Yeah. So many irons in the fire. Have you heard of that? So many what in the fire? Irons. Have you ever heard of that? Like an iron worker, you got all these irons in the fire. Linda said she's only managed to spit once during the show. She just it and I kind of transitioned to Linda because I would like craft and submit it right away, but then I realized I wasn't getting to watch the show, you know. So that's when I kind of stepped back a little bit so that I could actually watch the show. So yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. That's a phrase that we say in Indiana. I don't know if that's not a phrase that you would hear other places, but irons in the fire. Yeah. Okay. So this one's kind of, I think this one has, I'm trying to remember. It has kind of because because I had left this piece unused the last time, and this one just kind of adds like, it doesn't have any embossed detail on it, but I think this layers up on it to give it more of an interesting look, and I didn't use it last time. And then this piece, I'm trying to make sure I got all my pieces parts here. Now this one would go on here, kind of like that. I love working with flowered dies. I think they're fun. And then this one and this one kind of, how do they go together? I can't remember. Looks like I don't think it matters. I mean, you basically just have to kind of line them up somehow. There we go. That's how it goes, like that. So that creates your flower like that. And yeah, let's go ahead and get it lined up on, got it in the right position. Anyway, you've heard it, and you're in Florida. Your parents are from New York. No, you've never heard of irons in the fire. I don't know. Maybe it's a Midwestern thing, or I don't know. Or old school. I don't know. It could be an old school thing. But we just say too many irons in the fire. Now this, I'm going to add a little bit more color to it. Get my finger a little bit more blue. But yeah, that's when you've just got too many things going on at once, is what it's referencing. Now what you need to do with this one is, one of them lays on the bottom, and these are like, I don't know, they're these little tiny pieces, and one of them lays underneath like this. We'll go ahead and get it laid down. And it's like the stamen or whatever, and then you have the centerpiece that goes in there. And if you lay them down, am I getting it right? Yeah, like this, in this order, I think it kind of comes together a little bit better. And I don't have a lot of color on here, so it's going to be kind of light, but that's by design since we've got so much. And basically it kind of makes it look like your little center, and it kind of goes around. I probably needed to get them just a little bit closer, and then, I don't know, it's kind of like a little center to your flower. I don't know if it's right or not, but that's how I did it. So we'll put one of them on a stem. I keep getting beeped, and I don't know why. Somebody's chitty-chatting, I think, with me. Usually I put that on Do Not Disturb, and I forgot to do that. So how do I want to do this? I want to do it like this, yeah. And so we've got our flower there. And I'm thinking we can kind of put it on here, and it'll look nice. So that's kind of what my plan is. All right, now this one, it's just got, have I got that glued on there yet? No, I don't. Okay, let's go ahead and glue this down. Get some glue on there. It's just going to be kind of a light. I could pull up the picture and, oh no, this is not it. This is it here. Does this one go here? It does. That doesn't go there. That goes here on this one, I believe. I thought this one had an interesting little piece to it. Let me pull it up real quick. What am I looking at here? This is the wildflowers, right? Yeah, this is the wildflowers. Layered wildflowers. What I'm doing is I'm pulling up the website of Spellbinders, and I'm pulling in wildflowers so I can look at that one particular die. I don't get the, that's one thing about being on the Spellbinders. I don't get the picture. So I have to kind of pull it up and look and see what I'm doing here so that I get it right. Have I got the right one? I don't. Yes, I do. Okay. So I'm just pulling up the picture and looking at how it goes together. Yeah, I did that one right. And then, okay. This one, okay, now I've got it. So I know, I didn't think it looked right when I did the other one. I'm gonna pull this off. So this actually goes on here. So I'm gonna lay it down. We're gonna do some surgery on this one. We're gonna lay this down. There we go. That looks right. I need to bring in my blending brush and add some more color on there since I kind of messed that up. And then this lays along the bottom there. I thought it looked like it fit that shape of that. So last time I did it, I didn't do it quite right. So that looks better. There we go. So we've got this flower. We'll just lay it down on here. Boy, I'm making a gluey mess. Anyway, let me see what's going on. What's everybody talking about? Oh my gosh, whippersnapper. Oh, Denise uses irons in the fire too. Okay. Yeah, I've used whippersnapper before too. So that's hilarious. Yeah, we're showing our age. So you think old school like yeah. Spellbinders is your go-to brand for die cuts. I've been using their dies for years now. On my blog, I track how many times I've used a product, and the number for Spellbinders dies is 967. That is awesome. That's amazing that you can track it. One time, I think it was end of last year, I said, oh, I need to track how many cards I make in a year. And it would have been, I should have. This goes on this one. That makes more sense. Anyway, but I'm sure that it is an unbelievable amount because I do Kinder's Card Challenge, and you make the 15 cards, and I usually do 15 of her cards each month. So there's 45. Of course, it'd be times 4 because I've been on there, and then every day making my other videos and stuff. So I'm sure it's ridiculous how many I make. So I'm just looking. Yeah, so then this one here would just go. Yeah, it just goes on top of here like this, and this makes a flower. It's kind of a fun one. Anywho, so yeah, that's interesting. Well, I'm glad that you are able to track that. I need to figure out how to what do I do with my cards? Well, my sister takes them to her. She works at a medical facility where a lot of people work, and she takes some with her. And then they go, I have a bunch of them at church, and the ladies just go through them at church, and they will buy some at church. And I give some away. I give them as gifts, and then I try to send them. And then, of course, I have a huge mailing list for Christmas that I do a ton of cards for Christmas. But that's basically what I do. But I have a bunch, man. I mean, and they just keep coming. So it's a lot. All right, let's go ahead and get this one laid on here. The other thing I did too is my daughter works at the VA, and so I try to do cards for the veterans on Veterans Day. And then they just celebrated Nurses Week, and so she had me do a bunch of cards for the nurses at the VA, and she took them in. She put some really, really fun stuff with it. Got them flowers and I don't know, gift cards and just fun stuff. But hey, Nana, welcome. Glad you could join us. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my daughter, she has her clientele of patients. And so I try to get some for them so that she can take them in to them and give them to them. So that's fun. I like to do that. I'm just going to throw some leaves down on here because I don't have enough. I think I even probably lost 1 or 2 somewhere. I probably need to go. Let me see. I'll leave that one. I guess I could go that long. I was thinking I might have to cut them off, but I think I could do that. I think we can do that and get away with it. I probably put that one on there the wrong way. Let's go over a little bit. I think we can do it. We gotta remember to have room for a push pin. Well, I haven't got a leaf on here yet, so let's bring this one down lower. We'll just cut this stem off, and we'll just bring it down a little bit lower, and then kind of shift them over a little bit. So this is just flying by the seat of my pants, in case you're wondering. That's what I'm doing. And I may not even be getting the right leaves on the right stem. I don't think it matters, but anyhow. So Nana, you've been going live quite a bit. I've been catching. You've been doing some shorts with your cat, haven't you? I think that was your channel. Well, thank you. It's just been kind of I've been showing lots of things and not really accomplishing much here. So I'm trying to get a card together. And I think we'll tuck this one down low. Maybe let's start laying this stuff down so I can get it, kind of have an idea of what I'm doing here. I hear the neighbor's dog barking. We got some yappers around here. Okay, and then this is going to be a longer one. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right. We'll get this laid down. So we've got a, this upcoming week, we have a Love from Lizzie Hop where we're going to be showcasing the June kit, card kit. So you want to check that out. That to-do list, I said I had to redo the Love from Lizzie unboxing because I had, I don't know where I can put this, because I had lost the footage of it. I was doing some massive deleting of stuff so that I would have storage space, and I deleted it. And so I don't have it. Oh, you were showing your yard, which you never do on this channel. Oh, and your dog and your cat. Yeah, I did see the dog and the cat shorts, but yeah, I've shown when I do my craft room, I do show a little bit of my yard because of my windows. I have all windows all the way around in here except the one wall. And so you can see out into my backyard. And so sometimes I'll show that when I do a craft room video. I probably should do another one because this back wall here, let's see. I changed that. It's all cubbies all along there now. And so I've changed it just to give myself some more storage space because of all of the products that I have that I'm trying to manage. And so I did that. I did change that a little bit. So anyway, I think we'll lay this one down. So you've got poison ivy. Oh no. Oh no. You love my camera system. It's inexpensive and super easy. I don't have anything fancy, but it works really well. And I'm telling you what, your iPhones are great for making videos. So this is our little push pin. I think we'll just add it on here. I think it's cute. Well, show me how. I think I linked craft room products in this description box. I think I've got, if I don't, I'll double check, but I think I've got that claw that's above me linked in that description box. If I don't, I'll get it linked up for you. And I've just got a metal bracket up there. It actually is one that you clip on your desk, like the edge of your desk, but I've got it clipped on a claw, and I've just bent it in a way that it's hanging right over my table. Now I've got some lighting up there that is pretty harsh. Lala encouraged me to do something different, but I'm old and I need lots of light. She says it washes me out, but I don't know. Anyway, so I think this is coming together. You know, it's pretty much tone on tone and simple, but I like it. But we've got the torn edges, and we've got our grid. We've got our, I don't know what, curled paper, whatever that is. Oh, that comes with the thumbnail. I don't have any of my names in front of me. Anywho, so let's see. We've got friends make every view brighter, brighten every birthday with color. We could do that. Focus on what matters. Oh, let's do this. Your kindness brightens my world. Let's do that. So we've got that. Let's get that, and we've got room to lay it down here on our, I think that'll work out all right. So we're an hour and 9 minutes in. Are you guys still good to go? You love it? Oh, thank you. Let's straighten this up so I can kind of get this laid down on there straight, even though our paper is wonky. I think it'll be fun to have it on there straight. So there we go. So there's that one. I think it's pretty. Yeah. If you guys are good to go, I'd like to work with this. Go ahead and get this together and do something with it. I think it could be fun. So let's do that. I am looking for, yeah, let's use these frames and do that. I don't know. Do that. Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. We're going to just try it out. Let's get this big dog in here. We need the big dog for this. I think it looks fun. Okay, well, we're going to go for it, Jay. And try to get all the colors in there. Am I in the screen? No, I'm not. I'm moving my whole class mat there. Look at the mess that I have. I used to be all nice and tidy when I would craft, keep everything out of view, and I'm not doing that anymore, I guess. Okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I've got a hop coming up. I need to look and see when it is. Hang on a minute. Oh gosh, it's so fun. Next Saturday at 10 a.m. It's a Kinder's Card Challenge hop, and I have got this Scrap Diva product that is so fun. You guys are gonna want to check that out. I don't think it's within reach anywhere. Let me see. But it's going to be fun. The materials that we're going to use for that. This is really cool. Hang on, I'm going to cheat and show you. Because it is way cool. I should have linked it in the description box below. But this Scrap Diva, I don't know if you guys have ever used it. This is a Happy Mail truck. And I'm going to use it on the Kinder's Card Challenge on Saturday. So check that out. It's super, super fun. This can be like a pop-up or a stand-up. I'm using it, obviously I'm using it on Kinder's Card Challenge, so I'm going to have a sketch. But anyway, that is fun. So be watching for that because that's going to be super fun. Anywho, so let's get a card base. Where are the card bases? Oh, here they are. And we'll just get this laid down. This seems to be bigger than what? Yeah, I thought that was bigger than an A2 size panel. I was like, that looks too big. So then we'll cut it down. What do we got? Yeah, it's too big. I don't know. It's just a random piece I had in there. Okay. There we go. And this is going to be a simple one. Oh, that card base is really off too. Look at that. Oh, well, we can fix that. Linda says she's got to go lay down and go, so she won't be chatting, but she's still here. That's perfectly fine. I watch a lot of videos when I'm laying down because I have insomnia and I get up and I'll be up watching all kinds of videos and catching up on people and stuff. I actually usually I'll go out and lay on the sectional because I hate to wake my husband up with all my trouble sleeping. He sleeps really well, but I don't. And I've been up before, like at 2:30 or 3 a.m. and Tracy, not afraid of color, will be up and she's like, "Oh, you're up too," and we'll be chatting. So anyway, that is cool. I think that's a really cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but I hate to even cover that up, so I might just keep it really simple and just pop this up and put a cinnamon on it because it's really pretty. Now, when I was practicing while I was on Jay, the kids came in and I laid the thing down wrong and I went outside and then I forgot I had it on, and so I came back in, so I just flipped the paper over and just redid it. So that was a foiling error, but it was because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And I was out in the driveway and I said, I gotta go inside, that glimmer machine's on. So crazy. I had all the kids here for dinner. We had meatloaf, and I make that a lot. You guys hear me say that I made that, but we had meatloaf and I make the roasted potatoes every time. They love it, so that's why I make it pretty regularly. And then we had, Pat puts up corn every year. And so we had some of our corn, and we had baked beans, and we had dinner rolls. What else do we have? I think that was it. That was enough. Anyway, so that's that foiled panel. It looks really pretty. And this was the one I wanted to use. Your kindness is my rainbow on. I don't know, is that too simple? I think it'd be all right. Let's just do that, and then we can wrap it up, and you guys can be on about your way, because I know we're an hour and 15 minutes into it. Normally I would add something more, and I could add something later or whatever. But we'll lay this down on here. And at least we can say we got 2 cards done. So we've got our foiled grid with the torn edges, and we've got our thumbtack with our little turned up paper. And I used that scattered embossing folder to add some dimension to it. And then we have our layered wildflowers, which are Lisa Horton's collection. And then we have our splatters. And we've got these sentiments are part of it as well. So that's what we got. So I've made several things with, these parts here. And it's a lot of fun. This particular die set actually has and I don't know what I've done with it. It has a bow that comes with it as well, and that's the bow there. Got a hair there, and then the will. And I did bring in the paintbrush from the Crafty Babe set, and then we have the Crafty Babe stuff. So anyway, lots of fun stuff that I've been working with recently. Let's see. Denise has a live at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wow. I need to remind myself of that. Is it on a certain day or every day? Thanks, Cindy. Glad that you were able to join and we got to chat. So Denise, is it every day at 6 a.m. or just certain days? Man, you don't have a foil machine? Let's try to catch up. I'm kind of behind here. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're on your phone? Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Okay. All right. Well, I'll be on the lookout for Denise at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys also should check it out. We need to check Cindy's blog out. So anyway, it's travel stuff. It's with a friend that has leukemia, and tomorrow is his next to last show for, oh, cool. Have I caught that? I can't remember. Have to check it out. Okay. All right. Well, so it's 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by, you guys. And I hope you had a little bit of fun with all this kind of craziness that I had going on tonight. But it's always fun, and we usually get something done and we get a chit chat. So he's the astute tourist. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, I love spending my time with you, so you're welcome. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys all go. My husband's out in the kitchen doing the dishes, and we really didn't have any dinner, so we had lunch, but we didn't have dinner. So I'm gonna go see if he needs something to eat. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great evening, and I'll see you. Hey, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Daria and I are gonna go live, and we are gonna work with some Spellbinders products. So I'll see you in the morning if you're able. So take care and goodbye.